We treat the water to an A+ standard, and then we irrigate it out onto the airstrip. But the forest needs to be redone. So we've spent stacks of money, over $1 million of our own funds, or when I say our funds, really the customer's profit. Any profit we make just goes back in it. I still don't pay myself a wage out of Lady Eliot. Whatever is left goes back.
Just give me the overview for people at home who haven't gone there. I've been fortunate enough to go there twice in the last 2 years filming for Crikey's the Owens, and it is a phenomenal place. So what's going on out there?
Thanks, Steve. It's an amazing place, and it gets in your heart like a hook, and it's in my heart deeply now. And the longer I live there, the more I love it. It's a remarkable coral cay. It's a natural coral cay. It's all organic. It's 80 kilometres from the nearest coastline. It's way out at sea. The only real access is by air. So the airstrip was there when we took over, but it had been mined. So all the trees were cut down, all the vegetation was gone. We've started to replant them. There was a small resort. We've improved on it, but way out at sea like that, where do you get your power from? So it used to have diesel generators. They were noisy, they were smelly, they were uncomfortable. It was against our early learnings in the mid-90s of climate change. So we aspired to go to solar power and wean our way off the diesel. And the big aspiration was, can we teach people that you can do this? This can be done. So what a great opportunity to use it as an educational platform. Efficiency, economics, education. Remember we're talking about looking after the environment. So we make all our power now from the sun. As of about 3 weeks ago, we hit the goal that we thought we dreamed of hitting, never really knew whether we'd get there. We don't burn diesel anymore. All our power comes from the sun.
Phenomenal.
It is insane. I can't believe we got there, you know. And of course, so what do we use the power for? Because we're out at sea, now covered in birds. Birds poop on the roof. You don't get the water off the roof. It's a pristine coral cay in a World Heritage Site, so you can't pull the water out of the ground. You would upset the balance and you'd kill the trees. So the only water you can get is desalinated. You've got to pull the water out of the sea, push it up to 800 psi of pressure, like high pressure, which takes heaps of power, desalinate it, and that becomes your water. Then you use the water for showers and cooking and toilet and everything else. Now you've got to treat it in a World Heritage area. So we use power to make the water, power to treat the water. We treat the water to an A+ standard, and then we irrigate it out onto the airstrip. But the forest needs to be redone. So we've spent stacks of money, over $1 million of our own funds, or when I say our funds, really the customer's profit. Any profit we make just goes back in it. I still don't pay myself a wage out of Lady Eliot. Whatever is left goes back. I take my wage out of my airplanes. But we make our water, we make our power, we treat our water, we make somewhere between 400 and 500 plus meals every single day. We've got 43 rooms out there in this pristine place, and when you go snorkeling, it takes your breath away. And you don't have to be a scuba diver, but you can, and the diving there is second to none. But the snorkeling is so simple. The accommodation is right on the beachfront in most cases, so from your room you can walk down and snorkel in a metre of water with turtles and fish and corals. It's just breathtaking place. And because we're protecting it and looking after it, nature's reciprocating. No question, nature's paying us back. One of the things we did when we first got involved was we got declared a green zone, a total protection, no-take zone. When I first went there with Blair and the boys, you could fish, you could spear, you could do what you like. And there wasn't many big fish. There was a few, but not many. And there was some mantas. We got involved with Bevan and the Marine Park. And in 2004, because our goal was to take it over in 2005, we pushed really hard to get it declared a green zone, and it has been since 2004. And in that 15-year period, the fish have got more and bigger, the corals have got better, our trees are growing, and as you said in the early introduction, now the trees have got more birds. What we didn't know when we were doing it was the trees would actually improve the coral. Who would have thought? We were just trying to do the trees because the trees were gone, but they actually improved the coral and the fish because they're part of this natural cycle. And there's now scientific papers out there written about this cycle. And people come and talk to me, Pete, who didn't even finish school, went to dozens of schools, and pick my brain on what I've seen and learned, and we collaborate, and we all talk on an interesting level. So it's an awesome place.